Hey everyone, it's Siobhan here. So I'm really excited about the hair idea that I have for you guys today. A couple of weeks ago I saw this beautiful photograph of a very Grecian style braid and accent braids. It's floating around on Tumblr and Pinterest, so I'll put a link to it below just in case you haven't seen it. And then a couple of nights ago my friend Becky posted to my Facebook page Fairfield University's Caryatid hairstyling project. And as it turns out, the photograph that I had been admiring was part of this project. So I guess the students at the university were studying ancient Greece, and they decided that they were going to try and recreate the hairstyles that the Caryatid sculptures have. So the Caryatids are these beautiful maidens. They are sort of columns for part of the temple on the south side of the Parthenon. And I've seen them, they're unbelievable. They're actually in the museum right now just because the pollution was kind of eating away at the stone. So yeah, they've got false ones in place now, but you can still go and see the temple where they were, and then you can go into the museum and check them out. They're incredible. So if you're ever in Athens, you should do that. Anyway, I'm sorry. The point of the project was that they wanted to see if it was possible to recreate these hairstyles. And when they found out that it was indeed possible, they came to the conclusion that they were probably based on, or the sculptures were probably based on real Athenian women of the day. So that's amazing. And it's not very difficult to recreate them. There's a couple different variations, so I'm going to put a link to the website, and I hope you guys will check it out and pick whichever variation you like. I'm just going to do sort of a fishtail one, a fishtail version of this, and it's not hard, it just takes time, and I hope you enjoy the video. So with all things fishtail, the best way to start off if you have fine, sort of soft hair like mine is to put some hairspray in it, give it a curl or something. I ran a very large barreled curling iron through it beforehand, and this just helps with some texture because these braids are tricky. They kind of fall and they slip and they slide. So if you've got kinky hair or curly hair, you're set. But if you have hair like mine, you might have a little trouble. So you might want to start off with a little bit of a curl or some hairspray just to give it some grip. Let's start off with the middle parting. In some of the photographs it looked as though the girls had middle parts. In some of them it looked kind of like it was off to the side, but I think a middle part will keep everything even. The first thing you're going to do is section off the front pieces that you're going to use for the accent braids. So I'm going to do one piece here, and it's kind of, I don't know if you can tell, kind of ended the part right like where my ear meets my head. Since I don't have another set of hands, I'm going to tie them under my chin. So now I'm going to make a second part. And the part is going to be behind my ear. Now with these sections I'm going to tie them under my chin as well, but in a separate ponytail. So I'm going to have two weird alien goatees. The hair in the back here, you're gonna try and make a French fishtail braid. I actually do have a video on this. I will link it in the underbar. I also think I have one on French fishtail pigtails. And yeah, it's kind of a tricky braid, so if you can't make that work, then just gather your hair at the nape of your neck and make a regular fishtail braid. I'm going to attempt to make a French fishtail braid. I'm gonna try and start it somewhere around here in the middle of my head. This is what I've got so far. As you can see, I left a really good tail at the end. I'll explain that later. I took down the first section from the front of my head, and I am going to fishtail braid it backwards. So I finished the two fishtail braids in the back, took a while, and I did the first one here at the front. And as you can see, it's kind of loose here. So the way I achieved that was I kind of pulled my hair back like this. And then I used a clip like this, but you can use a large bobby pin or even one of those claw clips to just kind of hold your hair back like this. So, because you want it to be smooth in the front. And pin it like that, and just start the braid behind the clip. Once you're finished with all your braids, you can use a curling iron like I'm using to curl the ends of your main fishtail braid. Also, I should mention that I noticed in a lot of the pictures there were pieces of hair that were hanging down, kind of like loose tendrils, and then they were sort of spiral curled. I don't like having hair in my face, so that's why I didn't include those pieces in my interpretation of this hairstyle. But if it's something that you like, you should go ahead and do it. They were just kind of here in the front, and they were really like spiral curls. Then you're just gonna need some bobby pins and like a handheld mirror, just so you can see what you're doing. And you're just gonna take your braids and pin them sort of across the back of your head, like on top of your main braid. Now, if your hair is longer than mine, you can probably take the braids and wrap them all the way around your head like a halo or a crown. Since mine is still sort of mid-back, close to BSL, I can get away with pinning it here and then sort of tucking the ends in like that. I'm going to use the front sections to hide the ends of these. Anyway, that's the end of my video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I am planning on doing the same hairstyle except with the 3-stranded braid, probably in the next few days or the next week or so. I'd like to do a couple different variations of this. I think it is so cool. And if this is something that you like, if you like trying to recreate accurate historical hairstyles, another channel that you could totally follow is my friend and fellow YouTuber Janet Stevens, and I'll leave a link to her channel for you guys in the info box. She is incredible. She actually does research, all sorts of research, and she'll use the same materials that women of the day would have used to do their hair. And each one of her videos is kind of like a little mini film. I swear, it's awesome. So she doesn't put them out as often as maybe I do or Heather does, but when she does, I'm so excited. I like literally sit in front of my computer screen with like a bag of popcorn, and I just like love them. So wanted to give a shout out and a hi to Janet, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you in my next one.